In November of last year, the Boys and Girls Club of Nassau County lost one of its guiding lights, David Miller. He is my father. In 1990, Dad retired to Amelia Island from the JCPenney Company, where he was Chief Operating Officer and Vice Chairman. A native of Jacksonville, my father's retirement was a homecoming where his civic involvement led to the establishment of the Boys and Girls Clubs in Nassau County. Through consistent hard work, a clear vision, and a generous donation, Dad was recognized by the organization in 2006 when it named its newly constructed club the Miller Freedom Center. Dad strongly believed that every child should walk in freedom, and this is the theme of the Boys and Girls Club that bears his name. I remember him saying, "The building was named the Freedom Center to recognize the importance of freedom in shaping the lives of children as they prepare for adulthood. There is no freedom without discipline. Discipline may be the most important quality reinforcing the lives of the children attending the clubs daily." The Freedom Center has 16 granite plaques affixed to the interior walls with quotes that were personally selected by Dad. Collectively, the plaques trace the history and inspiration of freedom in America and an amazing history lesson on our country. Dad's focus on freedom continues each year through essay contests in which all children of the clubs are encouraged to participate. In fact, this contest was so important to Dad that he left specific instructions and funding in his will to ensure that it continues for many years to come. My father's legacy lives on in the Boys and Girls Club of Nassau County. Today, the organization Dad started in 1999 at the urging of county commissioners has grown to 2 modern facilities serving 335 of Nassau County's youth from ages 6 to 18. The Miller Freedom Center on Old Nassauville Road, led by Unit Director Jamie Thompson, has an average daily attendance of 185. The Roberts Learning and Achievement Center on Lime Street, led by Unit Director Cheryl Smith, has an average daily attendance of 150. In both clubs, the 2015 summer program reached 262 kids and is expected to serve even more kids this summer. The commitment to excellence that Dad instilled in the clubs lives on. As the facilities have expanded and attendance has increased, the clubs maintain a 20-to-1 member-to-staff ratio with an emphasis on academic accomplishment, character development, and physical fitness through national programs. Perhaps the best measure of the club's success is that over 30% of the members achieve the county honor roll. Another thing Dad started with the Boys and Girls Club is the Guardian program, where each guardian contributes $1,000 per year for 3 years. This amount covers the cost of one child to participate at a club. Today, the Guardian program counts for over 164 donors, many of whom sponsor more than one child. My father made a deep, lasting impression on all who knew him, and many whom he never met, as illustrated by the following poem given to Dad by David Bryan, Program Director at the Miller Freedom Center.
There once was a man who told me inside of every child is a seed awaiting to be watered, waiting to be freed. This man lived a life truly blessed, for God knew before time began that he'd pass a test. God saw him cast down the temptation of greed, choosing to serve instead and fill a need. So God planted a seed in a boy who would become a man, co-laboring in love, sharing the joy of his plan. A plan to build a place where children could walk in freedom and hear words of truth, how desperately they need them. Little does this man know of how many lives he's affected and the depth of the beauty and hearts being perfected. I will be forever grateful for this man who chose to give instead of receive. He looked past himself into the vision of hope that we now believe.
Dad's vision and perseverance will continue to affect young people for many years to come.